And we're live. Hey, how's it going? Worst podcast ever. Let's go. I'm James, and I'm going to talk to you about some useless information that you probably don't need to hear. So I would log off now if you value your time, or just your brain. I don't want to, expose you to my stupid logic. Anyways, I just needed to start podcasting right now because I'm kind of freaking out. Like, not freaking out, like, oh no, I can't breathe, or oh no, they're trying to, take my house. But I'm freaking out because recently, about let's say 5 hours ago, I was watching some YouTube videos, and I noticed I was in one of those holes, where like you go to watch a video. I was going to watch a video about some guitar tutorial, but from there I clicked on a video about the top 10 guitar solos ever. Then I got to a video of Zach Wilde showing his new guitar collection. Then from there I somehow got to a video of, I don't know, some guy showing how to deadlift properly. And then from there I got to a video of some kid in like Africa who's the smallest kid in the world, and they worship him like he's like God. Some Indian kid. I don't know. Anyway, I went to the YouTube hole, and I look at the clock, and I've been on YouTube for 2 hours. I'm like, what the hell? I came here to learn from Marty Schwartz how to play. What was the song I was learning? I don't even know. I forgot now. From this point, what was it? Under the Bridge. Okay, I was trying to learn that, but I didn't even get one chord in until I had to watch these stupid videos, and I caught myself because I get caught in this hole all the time. I'm always like in the YouTube hole. I mean, I watched a lot of TV recently, but I took my TV and I put it in my closet, so I have no TV. But then I just started watching more YouTube videos, and I hate YouTube videos because they're useless information, but they're so enticing. Because like you have the sidebar, like ooh, look at this flaming hot knife. We're gonna cut through a jelly bean with it. Ooh, look, watch this 10,000 calorie challenge. Ooh, they're so enticing. And you click on them, and you never watch start to finish. I always exit at one point, and it's always like finding more and more videos. And I caught myself for the first time doing it. Like I was, instead of like looking back on it, like, oh, that was stupid. I'm like in mid section during the video, I'm like, fucking stop this, fucking stop, and I shut the laptop. It was an amazing feeling. What made me shut it was I was watching some video of some like 50-year-old dude who goes around Thailand showing everyone where to buy steroids and how to use steroids. I'm like, I'm not going to Thailand to do steroids with a 50-year-old dude. What am I doing with my time? Jesus Christ. So I shut the laptop. I'm like, okay, no YouTube at all. No more YouTube tonight. No more YouTube at all tonight. I closed the laptop, and I'm like, okay. And immediately, my brain was like kind of freaking out because there was no stimulus going on. And I'm like, okay, no phone, no playing, no scrolling through fucking Snapchat, no scrolling through Instagram. My TV's in the closet, so I can't watch any TV. No stimulus, okay? Nothing. You can read a book, cool. But right now I'm reading like the worst book ever. It's Carl Sagan's Cosmos. It's interesting, but completely boring as fuck. That's a polite way of saying it's not that good, but neat. So what I did was, okay, cool. So I'm gonna go get something to eat. But the thing is, though, I wasn't that hungry. My brain was like, okay, you need to do something. You need to do something, dude. I can't handle thinking alone with my thoughts and not doing something with my fucking eyes. So I go to the store and I buy some Cheetos, which I would never buy Cheetos. I don't buy Cheetos. I don't eat Cheetos. My brain's like, the lack of eye stimulation, I need mouth stimulation. So I'm literally on autopilot, and my brain, it's not like I'm being tempted and like giving in. It's almost like my brain will literally trick my mind, because my brain is my brain, So my brain tricks itself and sends me thoughts going, hey, dude, you should probably carb up because you want to have a lot of energy tomorrow to do a good workout. So why don't you go and buy some Cheetos? That's a good idea. And then I go, oh, good idea. That's a great idea, body. Thanks for the idea. But that's not the idea. That's my brain tricking me. As opposed to me, it's not like I was like weak and I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll give in to some Cheetos. My brain sent me a message going, hey, dude, guess what? We're going to trick you into thinking Cheetos are a good idea. Instead of making you feel bad for eating Cheetos, we're going to make you think it's a great idea. That's my fucking life right there, okay? So anyway, I get back, I eat the Cheetos, and Cheetos, I ate like the bag of Cheetos. It wasn't that big of a bag. It was like the regular sized bag. It's like 700 calories though. It's ridiculous. So I eat that, and then I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to work on my movie I've been working on. I've been writing a movie. It's complete shit, total stupid thing, but like I'm really committed to finishing it. I really want to write a whole 120-page script. I'm at page 50 right now, but it's very frustrating because you get into the movie and it's like it's shit. I'm bored and it's hard to write it. But here's the thing though. So I get writing. I write 2 pages of it, and then I'm like my fingers instinctually, without me even thinking about it, instinctually after I finish the page, swipe with the gestures on a MacBook, and I go and it opens Safari YouTube front page. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Oh my fucking God. My brain, and I notice this a lot because no matter what I'm doing, this is a good example in schoolwork. When I'm writing an essay or something for school, every paragraph or so, after I finish a paragraph, I'll reward myself by swiping and watching a YouTube video. Always. Instinctually. Just for some, it's not like I'm interested in what, there's no video I want to watch. There's no specific video like, oh, I want to watch this video. I want to look at this video. I need to see the new, nothing. There's no reason for me to look at anything. But my brain like needs a hit. It's like it's like having a bump of Coke. I need a bump of fucking entertainment. It's the sickest shit. Like a good example of this was, I remember when, the reason I put my TV in my closet was because I would always like at night, I feel all ambitious. I'm gonna get all this stuff done, get all this work done. Then I get back from class and I'm like, oh man, class was rough. I gotta walk in. I'm plus I'm a little hungry. I'm gonna have a little snack, and while I eat my snack, I'll watch one episode of like TV. It's like 20 minutes, a little episode of Rick and Morty, or I don't know, like some TV. I don't know, and I'll just get that in while I have my snack, right? But then that'll turn into an hour and a half, right? And I won't get anything done. And then I'm like, fuck, I can't, that's not a good idea. So I get rid of that. I'm like, no more TV. But now the computer is the same fucking thing. And this isn't just TV and computer. This is screens in general. Like, when I go to the bathroom, I have to, well, why am I being polite? When I take a shit, I have to have my fucking phone with me or I freak out. I don't freak out, but I like have a neurological, what do I look at? Do I just stare like a fucking idiot? Or what do I do? It's really weird. And I don't know what to do about it. Like, and I don't think I'm the only one. I think it's a very common thing, but people don't recognize it as an issue because there's no like, oh, you watch TV and use your phone? Okay. Oh yeah. What's wrong with that? Nothing wrong with that. No, there is something wrong with it because try taking it away. You fucking freak out. It's weird. And people will go, I would never freak out at that. That's completely fine with me. I could go a whole year without a phone and YouTube and TV. Well, good luck with that because actually try it. It really freaks me out. Like, I'm literally like, the reason I started podcasting was because I was like, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of like, whoa. Because my brain is craving me to look at some dumb video or check Facebook or check Instagram or check Twitter. I just want to check things. I don't want to post anything or add anything. I just want to check things and look at things and see what's going on in the world. And like, not the world, because I have updates on my phone actually. I'm allowed to look at look at my updates on my phone. So, by the way, apparently we're at war with Syria right now. Yeah, that literally just came to me. Okay, we're at war with Syria. Well, you know what? Let's be honest. I have my money on the United States. I'm pretty sure Syria like sucks at fighting wars. That was a little insensitive, but yeah, apparently we're shooting missiles at Syria. I don't even know what the hell's going on, dude. Sometimes like I don't want to say fantasize, but I kind of like go, it'd be kind of interesting if I looked at the window and I saw a mushroom cloud. Like, what if like, I don't know, Montana was like blown up? I wouldn't want that, but I'm saying that would kind of, it'd be a little exciting because I'm in a bad place right now. I'm looking for some stimulus, so I'm so bored that there's no like screens or Snapchat videos to watch or some dumb YouTube video, some retard lifting weights that I need to fucking imagine Montana's blowing up to entertain me. Yeah, we've been screwed. I've been screwed. And I didn't necessarily, I grew up with the computers. Yeah, I mean, I guess when I was 5, I had the old computer. I played like Putt, Trials Through Time and stuff, and Spy Fox, the classic HE games. What other games? Pajama Sam, that was a good one. But, what was it? The kids nowadays, though, they literally are 4, no, they're younger than that. They're like 3, playing on their iPhones. We're screwed. I'm really, like, I think we may be doomed. We may be doomed. I've discussed this many times. We're doomed. But I think we're actually doomed. Because I personally I think the most addictive thing ever is just fucking, I don't know what the word to put on it, but just screens and content. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I really need to look at it. Like, I feel like I need to look at a screen or a computer or a TV. I need to look at something that's not just words. It's really weird. Like, the thing is, though, it's not like I need to watch it for 5 hours. I just need a hit. Like, I feel like right now, if I were to, like, watch, like, a 10-minute YouTube video, I could go back and, like, write 20 more pages, right? But I need a hit. Like, right now, I'm like, it's exactly how I'd put it. Yeah, I need a hit. I don't want to, like, do a bunch. I just want to do a little hit and then get going. It's the weirdest thing. It's a fucking... Is there studies done on this? Or am I the only one who has this issue? Because I'm pretty sure this is a serious thing. Like, and a lot of people go, oh, you're just being a weirdo, dude. You're addicted to fucking television. You're addicted to screens. Well, how about you try to put your phone down, not go on any apps, not go on any YouTube, any Reddit, any Imager, any fucking Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. No TV, nothing, okay? And see how crazy you go. It's fucking weird. Oh, man. Are we doomed? I don't know. We have some dead air space going on now. I got my rant out. But I don't know, man. And the problem is that all the productivity is also on the place where you're distracted. So, for example, like a drug addict, like alcohol, okay? An alcoholic, their job is to not go to places that sell alcohol. Bars, liquor stores, they don't go to that kind of place. They avoid those places. They avoid people that are always drinking, right? They can avoid the places that trigger them, right? I hate the word trigger. They avoid the places that sell alcohol, right? Well, when your vice is you are constantly needing to consume media or content, you can't avoid it. Like, if you want to be a productive member of society, you need to have a phone. You need to have a computer that has access to anything. Like, also, you need to have access to YouTube if you want to learn, Photoshop or how to do math homework or anything. Khan Academy. You need to have access to it. So it's almost like you need to have what you're addicted to. Like, for example, I guess a good analogy would be, imagine having your drug dealer in your AA meeting. Like, it would be fun. It's like that's the exact situation, yeah. No, better idea, instead of coffee, having a bottle of scotch that's free at AA meetings. That's exactly it. Because you have to go there to stay sober. Well, some people do. AA is kind of bullshit. We'll get into that later. But you have to go to the meetings. You're going to the meeting to stay sober, right? But the meeting is also where the fucking drug is. So, I don't know what to do with this, man. I'm going to try and do no media. I don't know. Again, there's no word for what I'm describing. Just any kind of, social media is one thing. Things that you stare at. Yeah, exactly. Things you just stare at. Because reading, you're actually reading. You can't just stare at a book. You know what I mean? You can't just stare at a book. That doesn't really work. I feel like, yeah, exactly. I guess you are reading stuff off Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But I mean, still, you're looking at pictures. It's different. A lot different. Yeah, because I think they were discussing this on a podcast I listened to this morning, how if in the future we eventually get to a point in automation where all jobs are kind of automatized and all the money's generated naturally, so people don't necessarily need to work. We get to a point in existence where human beings are not needed to produce. It's all automated, so therefore no jobs would be necessary technically, and a lot of people would have a universal basic income. Don't get mad. I'm not being super give everyone money, welfare. I'm talking about in the future when there's no jobs that need to be done. Healthcare's automatized by robots, fucking truck drivers. Law's not a thing because there's no crime. Anyway, and this is futuristic stuff, calm down. But when that happens, people are going to just they get to live. Hey, you're alive. You don't need to worry about getting a career or job or anything. You just get to live. Hey, here's money in life. Go do something. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. When people are left to their own devices and just put out into the world, there's no need to hunt and gather anymore, figuratively, as opposed to, be a breadwinner or whatever. When that happens, what do you do? I think a lot of people go, oh, well, I would pick up an instrument, I'd learn a language, I'd travel the world, I would, learn to build things, I would just work out all the time, I would design clothes, I would just do stuff I'd like to do, be fun, yeah, I'd cook food all the time, I'd go on runs, I'd paint pictures, you'd find things to do. But I think at least half the population would just spend their time being entertained. Being put into a VR machine or playing with AIs or I mean, I guess that's the extreme version, but just watching TV and being constantly entertained. Entertained. When you're left to freedom and there's no need to produce or do things, there's no necessity to, you'll be fine if you don't, you'll just be looking at stuff. Just stare at stuff. Stare. Staring, by the way, is the same as video games. Video games are fucking a joke. I understand a lot of people, video games are fine if you like playing video games. Cool. But I hate people that argue that, well, at least you're doing something. You're doing jack shit, you piece of shit. Actually, I'd argue video games are actually more of a waste of time than TV because you're putting in effort and you're experiencing emotion and frustration by accomplishing nothing. So video games, in my opinion, are actually a bigger waste of time than staring at a TV screen. Because, again, TV screen, you're putting in zero effort and getting zero feedback. It's a zero playing field, okay? You're wasting time, I guess, but with video games, you're wasting time and effort and emotional, fucking emotional bag. What's the word? Emotional, what's the word? Leverage? No, emotional. I gotta get this word, guys. I'm gonna freak out if I don't. Sweat equity, emotional equity, I guess is the word, equity. The point is, I don't know what I'm getting at. All I'm saying is, we are turning to a point in the world, I think a lot of people have this, where first, even look at the 80s, the whole stereotype of the 80s dad, he goes to work in the morning, comes home, sits in front of the TV with no pants on, stares at it, eats dinner, dies. That's his whole life. When did it happen? When did we become a society that could just stare at phones, at screens, at video games, at TV? When did we start just staring? Like, I'm worried it'll eventually become... Well, here's the real crux. What happens when there's more people staring than creating stuff to stare at? Then there'll be a fucking revolt. Everyone will be like, there's nothing to stare at. I need to stare at something. What am I going to stare at? I guess some people will just maybe, I don't know, what will happen? Do you think we'll constantly making content? Or actually, if you think about it, what if AI and artificial intelligence eventually gets to the point where they can formulate their own, imagine like a video game like CGI, but so hyper-realistic it looks just like if you were watching Lost. Imagine if Lost was CGI, but it was so CGI it looked just like real people. Imagine if AI had the ability to creatively write a television show, script it, and then, put it together in a 3D animator and make it so hyper-realistic it looks like it's a brand new TV show. Like, imagine tomorrow you turn on the TV and, I don't know, the Goldbergs and Modern Family are on, but they're actually just computer-generated human beings created by artificial intelligence and written by that, and they're designed specifically to your brainwaves. Oh, here we go. This is giving me some fucked up shit. What if the AI in the future is able to scan your brainwaves and find out this is crazy. Because what if computers could understand humor? They could decipher your brain and understand exactly your sense of humor, your biases, how you like people to look, and everything about you from your brain. Upload that to their generation of scripts and story writing abilities through their software, and then devise a hilarious and creative and script, and then make CGI human beings and map the story out and create a whole television series or movie or whatever it is from that, based off people that will find that relate to people in your lives that you would find comfort in. You know what I mean? You know what I mean by that? Like, all I'm saying, and then it would be structured exactly for you. That'd be crazy. And then there'd be no need to create, again, what's the word? Automating the film industry and the entertainment industry in one. So therefore, we would literally get to a point in history where every human being on Earth doesn't need to work because everything's automated. Every single thing in the world is automated. There's no need to actually put in work because everything works. The concept of jobs is to create things, so we can have things to live on. People need to work. But if no one needs to work, we get to a point in history where there's no need at all for that. Everyone will just be sitting in a fucking chair oh God, it's like WALL-E. Everyone will sit in a fucking chair, just eat popcorn or whatever it is. Or they might even eat because maybe we'll find a way to not get hungry, and that's be dope actually. And just stare at the AI created entertainment screen that is not made by any human being and is completely appropriated. What's the word? Appropriated? I don't know. With your thoughts coming in through AI creative device. And then all you do is sit there forever. I think that is a very possible, realistic, a very, 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 very futuristic thing. I'd say that would be no earlier than at least 500 years from now, at least, minimum. But that's where I see this going. And this is coming from me just saying that I constantly need to check my screens occasionally or I freak out. And when I say freak out, I don't yell and scream, but I definitely get a sense of, whoa, this feeling of I don't know what to do with my life. I go, oh God, it's a weird feeling. Very, very, very weird. I think what it is that we all spend so much time alone in a room. Like right now I'm home alone, and I would usually be like chilling, but we're naturally human beings are community-based people. We're social creatures. We're meant to be in a tribe and a pact, constantly interacting with other human beings and getting a sense of that. And that's how our emotions and I mean, think about it. Even like in the monkey industry, I mean, not the monkey industry, the primate environment, like animals, their testosterone will rise and change based off who's around them. So we're definitely built to be around people, but with screens, social media, television, YouTube, that kind of stuff, we can simulate interaction and contact with other entities of life. We can simulate that, when in reality, we're just sitting in an empty room with no one around us. And I think, oh my God, I'm getting some insights here. I think that, for example, like in prison, in the prison system, the worst thing they can do to you is to put you in solitary confinement. And I'm always like, well, I would prefer to go in solitary confinement instead of getting killed by the Crips and the Nazis. I want to hang out in solitary all fucking day. But here's the deal. You have no phone, no TV, no computer. And we don't really realize that. We all go, oh, I'd be fine without it. But we never are without it. That's like an alcoholic who's constantly drunk saying, I could totally go without alcohol. I could totally go without alcohol. I could totally be not an issue. Watch. And he goes without alcohol for like an hour and he's like, thinks he can do it for like a week. No, you can't. It's the same thing. So we're constantly, I'm getting out of breath. I'm walking in circles, dude. I'm going nuts right now. So we're constantly simulating a sense of community and interaction with human beings, whether it be through forums or messaging or Twitter or just looking at other people on a TV screen and hearing voices. We think we're around people when in reality we're just alone in a room. That should drive us fucking insane. And that's why when we turn off all the noise and the pretend people, I guess technically not pretend, but the digital imprints of people that are not near you, we kind of freak out because we realize, whoa, I'm just in a room alone. This is weird. I don't feel comfortable here. I feel weird here. This is not okay. I'm kind of freaking out. That makes so much sense, dude. Well, I went kind of full circle there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking nonsense. Maybe I'm a psychopath. I don't know. I guess my name on this fucking YouTube is Psycho James. I don't know. I don't like to use my real name because like my real name is like there's only one of them. So if like I had my real name, you could know exactly who I am, and that's like probably not the best idea because I probably have to get a job or something eventually and just be a fucking retard or whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ! I need to lay down. Oh, that feels good. But no, like I guess a good point is that I couldn't handle not being like when I turned the screens off. I needed to check in with the screen. I needed to get a hit of my media, like I said. But I think that was just me craving contact. Instead, I should have reached out to a friend, called someone, or done something, because that would have done the same thing. Instead of getting a hit of, someone on YouTube or checking Facebook or whatever, I could have just met someone in real life. That would have been a better idea, because that would have done the exact same thing. I would have come back from, I don't know, getting a snack, and I'd be like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna go write my movie, right? But instead, we're just drawn to the simulation of it, the fake. I think like we act like simulation is such a far off thing, and like having a Matrix style thing or whatever is far away, but in a way we simulate things every day. We simulate contact with the TV, we simulate friendship with Facebook, we simulate so many things. Simulate sex with porn. Like there's so many simulations going on. They're just not I guess the difference is like a simulation that's passable, as in you can't differentiate it from real life, versus a simulation that's clearly not the same, but still produces the same emotional response. Like when you're like sometimes I just when I'm like I'll leave the TV on occasionally when I go to bed just to hear voices, because I sometimes like don't like the sound of silence in my room. Sometimes I want to hear voices because I guess it comforts you. But I know very well there's no people there. But emotionally, I feel safer knowing there's voices in the room, even though they're not real voices, because it simulates my emotional feeling of it, but I'm still aware it's not real. So that, I guess it kind of goes to the fact that a simulation doesn't have to be indistinguishable from real life. It just needs to be the same emotional response, which is what, again, video games do. Because video games, I've heard this before, they give people a sense of accomplishment. Now, very well they know they are not accomplishing anything, but for example, when they're playing World of Warcraft and they defeat a boss and they get some purple armor or some legendary orange armor, I can't believe I just said that, I feel like a fucking nerd, but when they get that, they feel a sense of accomplishment, as if they were to win an award or to do something important or a sense of fulfillment, when in reality, they literally have just clicked buttons and code on a computer has somehow displayed the graphics of an orange thing when nothing is actually, there's no physical change in the world whatsoever when you do something in a video game. It's completely digital, pretend world. There's no tangible thing, which is, it's literally simulation. You're simulating accomplishment. In the same way you simulate community, you simulate friendship, you simulate everything. Man, we have definitely fucked up the human. I guess I don't want to say fucked up. Maybe it's a good thing, but I think, like, I guess when you look at it, we're gonna get a little dark in a sec, but here's a good point. I'm gonna wrap this up soon, but this one thing I was hearing about the pygmies in I think they're the Congo. It's a tribal group. They're in a bad place. They have like slavery kind of a deal going on, and they don't have clean water, and they're just really disenfranchised like tribe. They're literally a tribe. They don't have like internet. They just fucking chill in the desert. So, but this guy, what was his name? Justin Wren. He's an MMA fighter. He goes there and he helps them. Anyway, he attempted suicide one time, and he tried to explain to the pygmies about suicide, and they didn't understand the concept of suicide. That doesn't make sense to them. Suicide, what? And people go, and if you were to ask anyone in the modern world, hey Dan, who lives at, I don't know, in Brooklyn and works at, I don't know, TD Ameritrade, hey Dan, yo, if you didn't have any water and had to work 8 hours a day, 14 hours a day carrying rocks, would you kill yourself? I might. Yeah. I mean, like, look at me. I make 80 grand a year, and I'm thinking about jumping off a bridge, so I probably would do that if I didn't have any water. So I think that the big thing is that simulations of things, again, simulations, all these things are going, these simulations of, through screens and digital stuff, are enough to satisfy us emotionally in the instant, the initial benefits of like watching a show and feeling a sense of interaction with people, that fulfillment you get from being with people is from, that kind of situation. But it feels good, like, oh, I'm watching a show, I'm comfortable, I'm relaxed, my body is reacting like it would if I was around people. But in the long run, your body does not get that fulfillment, especially with video games and achievement and porn and whatever it is. You're not getting that it's not actual, and your body knows that, and that's why your brain kind of freaks out and kills itself or whatever, because it's not real. Or it's not real enough, I guess, you could argue. What if we get to a point where it's real enough and your body can't distinguish from it? That's the day. But I was going to wrap this up with something really cool. What was I going to say? That's what I wanted to say. The concept of introverts and extroverts. So this is kind of going back to what I was saying about how, it's a fake simulated responses of a sense of community. I don't believe in introverts and extroverts. I think that's a made-up thing in the last few hundred years, okay? Because everyone is an extrovert. Everyone craves human interaction. Everyone craves a sense of community, voices, people, other things, okay? Everyone craves that. Introverts do not exist. The concept of introvert is a fucking lie, okay? Because here's why. Think of the most introverted person you can imagine, okay? Probably some guy or girl, a little, overweight with glasses in a room watching TV or playing video games, okay? What are they? They're introverted. They don't hang out with people. What are they doing all day? They're living in a world online and talking to other people, connecting with other people, or watching other people on TV, watching Friends, probably. I bet every introvert's favorite show is fucking Friends. That's, okay, right there. They should do a poll of people and see the correlation between people that like the show Friends and who are introverted. Guaranteed, introverts love Friends. You know why? Because they want friends. No one's an introvert. It's a fucking bullshit lie. I hate that concept. Here's the thing, though. Introverts, like I said, they like community. They like watching TV. They like going on their phone. They like playing video games. They love human interaction, and they get the human interaction emotional response from their fucking games. Now, the reason they're considered introverts is because they don't talk to real people in real life. They're not because they don't want to. No, it's because they're shy. It's because they get their emotional responses so much from all these other stimuluses that they don't have the drive to go out and meet other people. It's the same concept as people that are always jerking off their basement and they don't go out and talk to girls because they get all their fucking, balls off to, brazzers, okay? It's the same thing. Kids inside watching TV are just as extroverted and crave human interaction and want it just like the guy who goes out and talks to people and parties every single day. And also, here's the funny thing. The gauge of introverts to extroverts is they say, do you refuel and do you, what's the word? Not refuel. I guess, do you get a sense of regeneration and refuel when you're alone? Or do you get a sense of like, regenerative, what's not the word regenerative? Do you get not relaxed, like regenerative? Do you get a sense of, I guess let's use refuel. Do you refuel, you need to take a break and be away from people and kind of get a break and, refuel? Or do you like to, do people, when they're around you, kind of give you energy and you kind of refuel when you're with people? That answer is bullshit because when you're alone and I get my energy when I refuel when I'm alone. Oh, you get your energy and you refuel when you're at home snacking and watching TV and laughing at the TV. Okay, well, so you get your energy when you're laughing at other human beings telling jokes. Oh, you're extroverted. You're just as extroverted as anyone else. The difference is your comfort level is just not there. People nowadays are so insecure and the world's just made them so fucking... The ability to have no negative feedback. There we go. That's exactly what I'm getting at. There's no negative feedback loop, okay? When you're watching the show Friends, we can use any show. We can say, I don't know, fucking Community, or I don't want to say Community, it's a random show, but that's a good show actually. Community's a good show. Breaking Bad or whatever it is. You're watching a show and you're experiencing human interaction without risking any kind of negative feedback. You can't get hurt. You can't get made fun of. You can't be left out. There's no negative possibilities to it. It's completely one-way, and you're constantly being entertained and getting a sense of fulfillment and laughing along, as opposed to going out with human beings and you risk not fitting in, getting judged, made fun of, not included, beat up, whatever it may be. So introverts are just people that either feel they don't fit in and therefore get their stimuluses from other, sources of community, or they're just, not as comfortable going outside because they're insecure or just, they're not weird people. They're the exact same people as extroverts. They just haven't found a community that they necessarily fit in yet to. But if they did, they'd much rather be there than watching fucking Friends. That's the whole thing. We all want the exact same thing, and some people find it through, external simulated versions of it, and some people find it through actual interpersonal relationships. I guess the point I'm trying to make here is that when a human being decides to kill itself, it's such an odd concept because that's breaking the purpose of its machine. Like, the reason a human being exists is for survival. The sense to breed and eat and kill for food. We're designed to survive. And the fact that we started killing ourselves, I don't think I think this is a recent thing. I don't think people kill themselves back in the day. I think they just died because they sucked at living. But I think the fact that we're killing ourselves is definitely a sign that we're breaking. Human beings are not working. Something's going wrong. And it's clearly from digital. I think, again, I don't know the word I'm trying to use, but digital screens, simulated experiences, I guess is the word, simulated emotional responses. That kind of stuff is what's leading to this breakdown of the human psyche. And that's what it is. It's a breakdown of the human psyche. We're not working properly. We're not correct. There's something wrong with us. Oh, man. What if it's no, it's not all a dream. It's not all a hoax. Something's going on. What is all this, though? What is going on? But we're programmed to not question that. We're programmed to not go, whoa, wait a minute. So what is going on? I'm conscious. This doesn't really make any sense. I'm conscious. Do we have a reason for this? Oh yeah, well, the science, we're on a planet, a Big Bang, universe, matter expands. Yeah, it makes sense. No, it doesn't. What? We find a way to be okay with the sense that nothing makes any sense whatsoever. We try to make sense of it with gravity and math and stuff. It's fantastic. We should definitely pursue that. But that doesn't answer shit. We don't understand what the hell is going on. Like the concept, we think, oh, it was before. We look at time as a linear thing, and that's not even. We're programmed not to constantly be yelling and freaking out and screaming, what the fuck is going on? And I think that's a big thing going on with suicide. Our brains are freaking out. Our brains are like, we're kind of waking up to the fact that nothing makes any sense. And all these simulations and responses, we're able to hack them with our, simulated things and TV and movies and whatever it is. We're able to hack them. And that's causing us to just break down. Again, like I said, what if we're all just eventually in the chairs with the artificially made TV characters and we're just sitting there, nothing's going on in the world. Huh. It's crazy. But, I guess what's going on right now is that I'm not looking at any screens, there's no TV or YouTube to distract me from my brain right now, and it's causing me to go on this tangent. Like, next time, this is the challenge of the week for anyone listening. If you get this far, which if you do, I congratulate you. Take a moment out of your day to be in a room alone, no TV allowed, no computer, no Facebook, nothing, and just think and see what happens. Because I went on this whole tangent just now of how it's all an addiction of simulated emotional responses and that it's faked, and that's why our brains are breaking down due to the fact that our bodies know that these neurological signals are fake and not actual community senses, and we're hacking them somehow. And I think that's the problem going on right now. I think that'll lead to bigger issues in the world. And also, we have this sense of security, I guess, that nothing will go wrong. I think something's going to go wrong. I think we got to be more self-reliant, or maybe not. Again, it could just be the WALL-E world of the sitting on the couch with the automated world around you. Who knows? Okay, well, I'm getting a little rambly now. Actually, this whole thing has been a bit of a ramble, but yeah, this has been a good podcast. I'm gonna go sit in the esoteric world of my brain right now and try and reason without looking at any screens. It's gonna be a nightmare. All right. Well, have a nice day, and see me next time, or I'll see you. I won't see anyone. You'll hear me. You will hear me on the next worst podcast ever. This has been a fun one. Try not looking at a phone or a TV or a computer sometime. It'll freak you the fuck out. Goodbye.
But I'm just very upset right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go. But I'm not going to stop yelling, because then that'll mean I lost the fight.